awesome group of young guys that came in here. As you saw, they were, ranked second in the nation. And as far as I can tell, they've proven that. We've got a bunch of good guys that are getting the hang of stuff right off the bat. I mean, it's kind of different than things you've seen in the past, I think you can really tell in my 4 years here, this is one of the most athletic group of young guys we've had. So, things are starting to click a lot sooner, and we're able to get a lot more done because of that.
It seems like the last couple of years, you guys have become accustomed to that, to having a good group of leaders, mixing in the young guys. That seemed kind of to be the trend the past couple of years. It turned out pretty good.
Yeah, it is, and that's just a credit to our coaching staff and how hard they work. We're practicing 5 days a week, but the other 2 days, Coach Minns and Coach Thompson are on the road finding guys, and that's just what it takes. And credit to them, time away from their family, but if that's what it takes, that's what it takes, and they're willing to do that for us.
Last year's team seemed to have built up a special chemistry. Is that chemistry created now?
It begins now, and then when we start getting into the games this Friday, it'll start even more. But it really develops kind of when everybody knows their role. So something like that is going to be determined when we start playing real ball games against competition. And everybody's going to know their role within the first 3 or 4 weeks of the season. And then everything after that kind of falls into place as far as team chemistry, and everybody knows their place and knows how to do things and when to do them. So it was a really good group of guys. We get along great. But as far as being as close and as entertaining and fun as we were last year, that's going to take place probably when the season gets here.
That may take more rebuilding than actually rebuilding the lineup, that chemistry.
Yeah, I actually think the bench mob, the 2 players that we have left, are having a tryout for the third position for us. So they're having, I think Evan Mitchell's going to get a Skype interview with the tryout list since he's in instructs, and they're going to have to throw a few lines out and see if they pass Evan Mitchell's test and fulfill that role.
How's your knee?
Oh, it's great. It was really bad that next day, game 2, but we took care of that, and then I was here this summer working out, and it was fine all summer, so that was never really an issue.
What's your objective, player like yourself, objective for the fall? It's kind of a been here, done that situation for yourself, but are you just trying to pick out a couple of things to get a little bit better at?
Yeah, guys, my year to get drafted and everything, and you want to talk about stuff like that. Guys want to see me hit with a little more power, so that's going to be one of the things that I work on, trying to just do that on a daily basis and figure out what I need to do to do that day in and day out. And but more than less, be a role model and just guide these younger guys that are going to help our club win ball games that necessarily haven't been here yet. So I'm going to have to take those guys and show them what it takes, because I feel like we have a lot of guys on this team that can be examples of what it takes to be great at this level. So it's just going to be really more doing that so than myself.
Any Twitter predictions this year?
I got in a little trouble for that one last year. So we'll see. We'll probably just let our play do the talk on that. We were thinking about getting the microphone when we got called in the field last week and giving us the fans Omaha 2014 chant going, but that wasn't going to work.
Wes, your recruiting class you came in was instrumental in getting you guys to Omaha. Just talk about kind of what you guys have been able to do, kind of build the foundation of this past year, the number 2 recruiting class in the country.
Yeah, that group was neat, the 2010 recruiting class, because we played with a lot of those guys. There's a lot of Mississippi kids on that team, a lot of kids, even Alabama kids that we played with or against. So that whole class, outside of a few JUCO guys, knew each other. So it was like, we know these guys are good. We know we're going to be good. It's just going to take time to develop, learn how to play with each other. But now you see, we're getting huge recruits from all over the country. So, we're grabbing guys from California, Washington, Florida. it's kind of a widespread thing, but it's a huge, overall core of awesome talent. So, baseball is baseball no matter where you're at in the country, and those guys are very elite, as you can see. So, they're going to core together nicely, and everything's going to work out fine.
We've seen y'all as a team trekking over to the SEAL complex, hit the weight room. More so in the last several years, it looks like this bunch is attacking the conditioning part of it.
Yeah, this group is, I'm talking about the baseball side of it, but that's really the side that, we've seen more of, because we're doing a lot of workouts and conditioning right now. We have some kids that are just unbelievable. It's hard to step into this level of, weights and conditioning and should be able to just dominate it. But we've got some guys that have just blown through it like they've been here for 4 years and just absolutely crushing the weights and conditioning stuff. That's another credit to the coaches, finding guys that are athletic and can handle this level of weights, conditioning, and just that kind of endurance.